It's snowing, like a lot. It's so pretty. It wasn't supposed to snow today. Before we get into the video, I just want to say this video is scattered and a little crazy, so I just want to preface. I also didn't film an intro, so here we are doing this. But aren't these kind of cute little intros? Like, hey, note from the editor. All that to say, this one is a little scattered, so let's just think of it as like a week in the life of me. And know that going forward, I'll talk about this later in the video, more on that later, and I mean it this time. I want to kind of go into my videos with a little bit more intention, a little bit more of a concept, a through line, if you will. I think that that is just a natural progression of where I'm at with my YouTube channel, because I've been doing this sort of like willy-nilly whatever kind of vibe, and I think it's time that I start to like tune it up a little bit. It is fun, I'll talk about this later in the video, that I can kind of do whatever I want to right now. And one of the things that I want to do right now is to like pare it down, get a little bit more direct with what I'm doing. Enjoy this cute little week in the life, I guess. Thank you for watching. If nobody has told you yet, Happy New Year, and I'm happy that you're here. In the spirit of this new year, 2026, I thought it would be fun to sort of go over some of my goals for the year. I don't know about resolutions. I tend to do things pretty great already, so this is more just like how I want to either improve or get better or change or whatever. Firstly, my word of the year. I actually have never done this before. Normally at the end of the year, I kind of just look back and I'm like, oh, that word kind of makes sense for the year that I just had. But this year I wanted to go into it. It's not even that I wanted to, I just am going into it with a little bit more intention. And so my word for this year is alignment. My word for the year is alignment. I don't necessarily mean that in like the woo-woo, like, you know, I'm aligning or whatever. I mean it in like, I understand that alignment is an action, and I want to take steps this year to get my life aligned more with my vision, if that makes sense. Whether that means like proximity to things that I want to do in the future, making connections, meeting new people who do the things that I want to do, physically putting myself in places that make me happy. Anything that is like actually being productive and helpful to my life, that's an action that I want to take. So that's kind of how I'm approaching this year. My next sort of goal is that I want to start being more intentional with my creativity. I have hit a really good stride with this in 2025. After I like finally got settled with moving and stuff, I started making YouTube videos. Hopefully you've seen. If you haven't, go watch. Kind of reaching a point in that creativity where I can try new things and the stakes are so low. Like, I don't really have an audience If you're watching, you're my audience, thank you so much. I am really at a place where I can experiment and grow and change things, and that eventually leads to like a style and an aesthetic. And I think it's a really fun place to be, where you're starting from ground zero and everything can be your style if you want it to be, because there is really no style. You know what I mean? And that's not to say that I don't want to be particular and make very like intentional decisions with all of this. It just means that I can be a little bit more spontaneous with that intentionality and decision making. And I think what I am interested in about this whole like decision making process for the new year is that ultimately anything can be like respected in a creative sense if you are aware that a decision is made. I'm really interested in that sort of tension between like subjectivity and objectively good or bad, how it relates to whether or not a firm creative decision was made. Very interested in exploring that this year with my YouTube videos, my social media, and ultimately this leads to my next goal for the year. That goal being photography. I used to do photography pretty professionally. I wouldn't say great, but I did it professionally. I was getting paid from like 19 to 22. Actually really excited to dive back into that, and same kind of concept. I'm starting from ground zero. Start collaborating with people, doing free shoots, and just really like dipping my feet back into this now with a new lens, a new taste, new sense of like inspiration, especially in a place like New York where there are so many creative people and so much flowing inspiration around me all the time. If you are a creative in any sense, styling, design, photography, anything, video making, please reach out to me if you'd like to connect and collaborate. I am very interested in even just like meeting new people and creating a new community. That's something that I did have in Birmingham in my old city, and I don't really have it here. And I'm interested in cultivating that really just from a connection standpoint. My last goal for now is that I want to finish a marathon. And that's literally already happening because it's happening in like 2 months. So I will check off a marathon this year, period. It's freezing. I'm frigid. I'm literally freezing. I'm on break at work, and so I'm gonna go pick up my lunch. I thought I saw somebody that I worked with. I am starting back up my lunch walks, no matter how cold it is, so that's what we're doing today. Get these like pork buns from a place down the street from where I work, and I'm excited because I've never had them, but everybody that I work with talks about them. Something that I started at the end of last year is what I'm calling like admin day. I saw it on TikTok, so I can't even take full credit for it, but it's not that hard of a concept. I do hate the name for it, and I don't know what else to call it though, so we're just going with admin day for now. Basically, I just pick one day out of the week where I have dedicated time after work to do personal projects or tasks or whatever the case may be. It's solo time where I can just kind of check things off my list that have either been building up or I don't want to do at work or I don't have time throughout the rest of the week. Normally these things would feel like a burden, but if I can like assign it a day and time to do it, then it feels a little less like it feels just structured and organized. It's fun because I like to go to like a late night coffee shop, so I'm getting to explore new areas and try new places. It's honestly helping with my seasonal depression because it forces me to get out of the house and stay out of the house after work. And with like marathon training and everything, on days where I don't run, normally it's really easy to just go home and rot. It also just kind of gives me something fun to look forward to each week. Low pressure, high reward, if you know what I'm saying. So I kind of hate the name Admin Day, but whatever, we're going with it. Yeah, it could be truly anything and I'm enjoying it, so I recommend. This video brought to you by Admin Day. All right, we're finishing up right where we started. Photo booth with the hard filter, whatever. Goes away when I put the cup up. There's also this weird noise coming from the AC. Anyway, I'm getting off on a tangent here. If you made it this far in the video, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you. I hope you continue to have a great year. Mine's off to a great start. I'm feeling inspired and excited about, just everything that's to come, this sort of energy that I'm feeling. I have to hand it to myself, pat myself on the back a little bit. I feel like I pulled together a pretty cute video out of what I got. If you saw where I started and where we ended up, like, we're looking really good. Follow me on Instagram. It's good. Follow me on YouTube. You're already here, so you might as well. Follow me on TikTok. Just follow me. Shit. That's all I have for you. I hope you have a great day, week, life. Talk to you soon. Bye.